morning from the cottage farmstead. My name is Nathan Vanette, and I am at our house build site here, excited to show you what all's been happening. We've had a couple of delays, just whether it's with materials or the construction crews also placed our window heights at the improper height. So it's one of those things, if you're working with contractors, you just have to be on top of them. But thankfully, this is a really good crew who acknowledged that it was their error, so they were able to replace that and get that fixed in short order. So right here is the house build. Look at that. Isn't that just truly extraordinary? Well, come on inside. I'll show you around. Just for a short visual representation, our driveway is going to come around here. And on the other side of where you see this deck being built is going to be a carport. So we're going to have a shed roof all the way along the back here, covering the back side of the house. What we like about this, it'll keep this side of the house much cooler, but then also shed all that moisture further away from the house to hopefully prevent any water issues in our basement. Here, you can see where they had to put a piece of OSB here and up there. What they ended up doing is they set the window heights and the door heights at 7 foot, which is typical for your standard house. We have 9-foot ceilings and our front door is actually 8 foot in height. So that would have set the level off, but also many of the windows were dying into our countertops. So the crew just didn't take a look at the elevation schedule, but thankfully they were able to quickly fix this just simply by putting the header directly up against the top plate and then filling in the bottom with basically that piece right down there. So this is coming from our back porch. This is all going to be one open area. The build out there is going to be a fireplace. We're very excited about that. Over here is going to be our living room area. And then this corner here, where you see the sunrise, is going to be our kitchen. Take a look at this view. This is going to be the window over the kitchen sink. So as we wash dishes, this here is what we're going to see. We are richly blessed. And this here is going to be our front door. We ended up going with a narrower door because we're going for an old farmhouse look. Many of the traditional doors today are 36 inches wide, but this is only going to be 28 inches wide. To compensate that, it has a transom, which is why it's 8 foot tall. But then we have a 6 foot deep deck, and then you can just walk out with your tea or coffee in the morning, sip it, and enjoy the view of the cattle just lounging in the field, listen to all the songbirds. Oh, it's going to be absolutely amazing to be able to experience this coming up in the near future. From the front porch, if you look to the left, this is going to be where our dining room is going to be. We're going to have a buffet up against that wall. This will be the door that goes into our hallway, and this door will go to our basement. We ended up framing our basement a little bit wider. That way, we're going to have on the left side here a 10-inch shelf going down. So for the basement, that will correlate into a location where we can put our vacuum, our broom closet, but then also down the stairs, a lot of our canned goods will be easily accessible on that shelf. And then over here, my piano will be up against this wall, which is the wall that will be for the stairs. We're gonna have an L-shaped stairway, as we love to have the partially exposed. So the stairs will begin here. I think it's 3 stairs to the corner, and then it'll start to go up to the second floor, which is right up there. This up here, we also have that 10-inch shelf on this exterior wall here. And what that is going to be for is a library going all the way up the stairway. As Rebecca loves books, and this will be a great way to showcase them, but then also, we just love that feel, that look, and the ambiance that it provides. Here on the inside, you can see what they ended up having to do. The header is right up against the top sill plate, and they just had to fur the bottom area in a little bit more. Thankfully, it didn't take them a lot of time. It's still so hard when basically all of this framing was done yesterday, or 2 days ago in one day. And then it takes so much longer if you have to backtrack. So one thing we could have done here is just to make sure that they understood everything was at 8 foot. We did a lot of communication, but something just fell through the cracks. But thankfully, they were able to fix it in short order, and we will be rocking and rolling in the days to come. Another delay that occurred is the ceiling truss manufacturer ended up constructing some of our trusses incorrectly. We had asked for for attic trusses, in particular for our living area, because that is a lot of attic space we can use for storage or anything else we want to up there. Unfortunately, they did it just a standard webbing truss, which does not work well in that application. Thankfully, that was not on us, so the truss company is working on getting that expedited to keep this process rolling. It looks like those trusses will be delivered in about 5 days, so it's not long delay at all. So the framers will be able to get all the other details done between now and then. And with that, they'll have a crane on site the day after the trusses arrive to hopefully, if the weather permits, get all the roof materials up and hopefully it all sheathed and tar papered. As you walk over here, this wall is going to have a desk that my grandfather had built me, so that will be beautiful just walking and seeing it there. To the left here is going to be our master bedroom. This is a view from this beautiful large window. It is absolutely stunning. What we love about it is our pasture, or the majority of our pasture, is directly in front of the house here. So that's where our animals are going to be, so we'll be able to watch them and care for them visually from a distance, and maybe even from our bedroom, which is going to be quite a delight. And we have this window here, which overlooks the side of the field here. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We're still going back and forth. This is where our septic field is. We're contemplating going ahead and putting our blackberries and raspberries there, as you can't do much else unless it's just field over there for forage. But then over here, we have a lot of deer activity, so we're planning on creating a screen to try to funnel the deer in that direction, away from our gardens. Berries in particular are challenging in this aspect because they are a tasty snack for deer, but hopefully we'll be able to deter them. And from the master bedroom, this is our master bath. We actually have a walk-in closet here. Look at this, folks. I have not had one of these yet, so I'm very excited about that. Then over here, our tub will be on the end. We're gonna have the toilet here, and then the vanity right over here. If you are doing your own framing, this is typically what you'll see, but the problem is, this is our corner. All the corners of the house are gonna be your weakest point in terms of air filtration from the outside. So to get a good energy seal, what's better to do, this piece here is primarily for your sheetrock, so you have good fastening. But if you offset that and screwed it to the back of this stud here so that it lays both perpendicular to each other, then you can put insulation back there, creating a much tighter air seal to prevent any type of cold air drafts from your corners. Thinking about doing the insulation ourselves, right now we're looking at possibly rock wool as a good option, as we aren't too fond of the quality of fiberglass. Fiberglass provides a good R value, but it has a tendency to deteriorate and hold moisture over the long run. It's still something that we're researching. We are contemplating putting some spray foam insulation at least on our roof trusses, as that'll help both with the sound dampening, as we're going to have a metal roof, but then also insulation properties, just having a good tight seal. This here is going to be our double French door, walking out onto our large back porch. This is going to be where we have a table. There'll be a couple of fans on here, but this will be a screened-in porch, so it'll be pretty well almost a 4 seasons. There might be times in the winter when we aren't out there, but otherwise very functional. One detail that I forgot with having pets is we actually have a built-in pet washing area. So this right here, right next to our back door, is going to be where we can wash our dogs or whatnot as needed.